I would imagine at the very least, Art, it's going to mean, you know, it becomes a very popular place to be, the United States. It's actually going to build up some of the tensions you've been dealing in the past at the border, right?
Well, I mean, it's already a popular place. I can tell you right now, we're undermanned, over capacity, under budgeted, and now I guess some of the budget that when these people are offering is to go ahead and give it to the illegal aliens. Now, listen, I understand that some of these individuals, they jump into the United States, they fall off of the fence where there is fencing, and some of them get hurt. And obviously, when we have them in these detention facilities, I can tell you right now, they do receive medical care. So, I mean, it's a good question. I'd like to find out what extra medical care it is that they're talking about. Perhaps it's the many that we catch and we release will be receiving free medical health care. But I mean, it is concerning, especially when you see so many people in the United States, you know, that are in need of some care themselves.
You know, Art, I'm just wondering now, with this measure approved late yesterday in the House to provide $4.6 billion for helping your guys out and helping namely kids and migrants in general, are you confident that that will at least ease some of the tension and problems at some of these facilities?
Well, I mean, obviously it's something that's very necessary, but it failed to address a lot of these loopholes that continues to allow these people to be caught and released. And that's the ultimate, you know. I mean, there's still that magnet. If you still have a magnet for individuals to break our laws, then there is no reason for them not to continue breaking the law. And I think that's what's very important.
What they left out of this, and they think that the president and whatever he deals with Mexico and the Mexican commitment will settle this separately on using this waiting period for migrants to sort of wait it out in Mexico and not the United States. What do you think of that plan?
That's actually, that would be a humongous help. Because that's where we're having the issues. We're having these individuals that are coming across, they're claiming asylum, they're being released within the United States, and we're never hearing from them again. And that is the major problem. That's something that we continue to complain about. That's something that is a big issue. So having them wait in the country where they came through, that only makes sense. If they're seeking asylum from their country, and if Mexico is saying, hey, you're okay to be here, and it's obvious because they allow them to travel through their country, then I don't see what the issue would be for them to wait there. And at least we would have some type of control and not just release them in the United States and never hear from them. And that seems to be the biggest problem. You
know, Art, you would know more about this than I do, but a number of Democrats I've had on this show have said that this argument that they don't show up for a follow-up hearing is actually wrong, that 60% of them ultimately do. Virtually 100% have to show up for the first immediate hearing when it's adjudicated, and that will improve in the second hearing if there are more judges there to adjudicate these cases, whether they be, I guess, at the border or in this country. So is it as big a problem as it's been presented?
Well, let me explain the way it works. The first initial appearance, they have no choice but to show up because they're still in custody. I mean, there'd be no way for them to evade it. They're still in our custody. But after that, that is where the problems are. Once we release them because we can't detain them in our facilities, and that is definitely a problem. You know, like I said, it has nothing to do with political parties in the end. You are voted on as a politician to serve the American people, and I think that should be your #1 priority, the good old United States of America.
No, you're absolutely right about that. Quit playing politics with it. Just get something done. The two sides agree a lot more than they disagree on the bigger issues here. So we'll see what happens. But, Art, thank you very much.